When news happens, you see it happen on Channel 7. The #1 station for news and information in Southern California. Now, Paul Moyer, Ann Martin, Johnny Mountain Weather, and Todd Donahoe Sports. This is Eyewitness News Tonight.
The Southland firestorm, the work of an arsonist, has now become Santa Barbara's worst fire in 25 years. Good evening, everybody. It is now 11 o'clock. A devastating wildfire continues to burn out of control tonight, even after destroying nearly 600 homes and businesses. The damage in Santa Barbara could reach a staggering $500 million. Mark Coogan standing by at the scene of destruction, where a $50,000 reward is now being offered for whoever started it all. Mark?
Well, Paul, stable is the word they're using tonight to describe the condition of the fire. It is a cool night in Santa Barbara. The temperature is down and the humidity is up. And best of all, for all hands up here, those feared sundowner winds have failed to materialize, quite in contrast to the inferno of last night. With the sun going down and a scout plane in the lead, an Air National Guard C-130 made a final drop of chemical retardant on the stubborn Painted Cave fire. The fire is a long way from being contained, but the big break tonight was the absence of strong winds, giving ground crews time to clear breaks around the fire, penning it in the mountains above the Goleta Valley.
Until we get a line around the fire, until we know what the winds are going to do, it still has to be considered dangerous, although it's nowhere near as dangerous as it would be if we had 50-mile-an-hour winds coming down canyon like we did last night.
It is still residents only in the devastated areas, and grim homecomings for those returning to find nothing.
We have no choice. We're going to end up rebuilding. It's just a matter of time until the land around us grows back again.
There was a deck.
This man installed sprinklers on the hillside below his house, but in Santa Barbara's water shortage, there was no water pressure.
Santa Barbara doesn't want state water, and as my mother was up here, she tried to turn some sprinklers on, and they cut our water, so we didn't get no water.
Repair work proceeded. Here, an Edison crew suspended from a crane working to restore electricity to an area ravaged by a fire that was deliberately set.
Well, the thought that it's arson really kills me. That's just incredible that someone would do this. You know, put so many people out of house and home and endanger so many lives. It's sick. It's really sick.
As you can see, there's still plenty of fire in the mountains, occupying the attention of over 1,000 firefighters. Arson investigators also are busy on the case, although authorities tonight now are refusing to confirm a report that was widely circulated this morning that an incendiary device had been found at the point where the fire started. Reporting live from Santa Barbara, this is Mark Coogan, and now back to you in Los Angeles.
Mark. Thanks very much, Mark, and we're glad it's better there tonight. Another fire in the Webb Canyon area of Claremont threatened a dozen homes tonight. Once again, officials are saying right now that the cause of this one was arson. This fire now 70% contained, and firefighters are planning to stay on the scene all night to be sure that it stays that way. Also there, our reporter Rick DeReyes, and we go to him for a live update right now. Rick.
Folks, everybody's almost gone from here now. The fire is, for all intents and purposes, out. It was arson. It burned about 400 acres, and most of that in the canyons and the hills above the Claremont area. No homes destroyed, no one displaced. But for a while this afternoon, it really had firefighters worried. The flames started in the brush along Webb Canyon Road about 3:25 p.m., a fire that was deliberately set. Firefighters say the wind blew the fire east over quite a distance.
When the hot embers get airborne, the wind carried it in an easterly direction because the winds were out of the west. And the hot embers fell to the east side of the road, and that's where the fire spotted, and that's where the fire finally took off in an easterly direction.
The biggest threat was along Mountain Avenue, where the flames crept up the hillside and came within feet of taking a whole block of very expensive homes with it. Residents did everything they could to keep their homes from catching fire.
It came so close. If it wasn't, as you said, for this green stuff I planted and our green grass, we'd be just wiped out here, be all black here. So, I mean, it was terrible, you know.
And for a while, the flames threatened to overtake another neighborhood nearby. But a backfire was set in the mountains, and by dusk, most of the flames had burned out. As we reiterate, most of it over except for the investigation. They're still looking for a suspect. They say they're absolutely sure it was arson because it started in an open flame. No way it could have been an accident. Also, they're saying that it could have been worse, much worse. If the fire had spread, it could have gone to even another neighborhood nearby, and they probably could have lost some homes there. As it is, everything all right tonight, people going home. Reporting live from Claremont, Rick DeReyes. Back to you, folks.
A little bit of good news there, Rick.
Yes.
Thank you. Here's one that did get worse. New figures tonight in the Glendale fire. 46 homes now destroyed, 20 others damaged. Total losses here, $30 to $50 million. Live update now from Linda Moore at the scene of yesterday's devastating fire. Linda?
Paul, the latest out here in Glendale is really what you see behind me here. It is the aftermath. It is still smoldering over 24 hours later. And this scene here is reminiscent, I think, of what many of us are fearing living in Southern California right now. Here you can see the family living room, apparently the pool, the slide still standing. And up there, well, I guess that was quite obviously an upstairs fireplace in the bedroom. It is still standing, but barely. And as you say, the tally now, over 60 homes attacked by the flames. And what we had suspected today was confirmed. Almost all the homes the fire went after had shingle roofing. And while residents sifted through the rubble assessing damage, Supervisor Kenny Hahn revived a move to make these roofs illegal statewide on new homes. A similar ban is already in effect in Glendale. And after the governor stopped in Santa Barbara, he flew here to declare this area in a state of emergency. And that will allow homeowners to apply for low-interest loans when they want to rebuild. Also, Governor Duke Majan put up a $50,000 reward to help find the arsonist who started the firestorm. It was right off of the Verdugo Road. Now, authorities say witnesses saw two young men throw a butane lighter out of a moving car. It was rigged and locked in the on position. There's one report of looting. Some people have hired security guards to watch the property, but residents living here tonight and smiling, their homes were spared.
Yesterday, I was so surprised because I was sure all the houses here were all burned down, but I was really surprised that ours wasn't.
A lot of relief tonight?
Yeah.
Fire units will be rotating crews through the morning, so an expert eye will never be more than a block or two away. And here they were checking out some hot spots and cooling them down. They say residents are especially paranoid right now. Just about every sign of smoke, they say they're getting calls at the station because obviously people are very scared. And, well, look at this. You can certainly understand why. And that is the latest in Glendale. I'm Linda Moore. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, Linda. Firefighters in San Diego County have their hands full tonight with a 1,000-acre arson fire there. It started about 2 this afternoon in the steep, hilly terrain around Moretus Junction, about 60 miles northeast of San Diego. Heat of 100 degrees has aggravated efforts to fight this fast-spreading blaze. 2 firefighters have been hurt. About 390 people from a Boy Scout camp near Lake Henshaw had to be evacuated. No structures burned there, at least so far. And that controlled burn that got out of control in Riverside County is out now, but not before the fire destroyed 2,200 acres of land and 15 homes. Bob Banfield reports tonight the people who live in the Corona area have some questions about this that they want answered.
Canyon residents near Corona that either lost homes or who got the scare of their lives have questioned why the controlled burn in the Cleveland National Forest was not put out before the weather conditions deteriorated and last night's firestorm developed. There are few answers, but there is no disputing the need for brush management.
It was a vegetation management burn. The weather came in on us, I think, a little bit drier and a little hotter than we had really anticipated, and the winds, and it came out on a fire like this. Unfortunately, things like that occur. If you don't do it now under controlled conditions, unfortunately, as you're well aware, having covered the news around here for many, many years, we'll see the same fire under uncontrolled conditions, and we won't be able to do anything about it.
A public meeting is being arranged to explain to residents what happened in Bedford Canyon. In another area of the Inland Empire, a stubborn fire in the Jurupa Hills continues to give firemen some concern. Even though there's a pretty brisk breeze, the fire is not real active at this hour, and there's plenty of natural break between this location and the 60 freeway. Bob Banfield, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, Fontana.
Firefighters have now contained a 2-county fire that was accidentally started by somebody trying to cook a meal. The Carbon Canyon blaze started in Orange County. It spread to San Bernardino County. It blackened 7,000 acres before the fire crews gained the upper hand. 29-year-old man has been booked on 2 felony arson counts for igniting that one. Still ahead tonight, the heat. Well, the heat wave is easing, and Johnny has the forecast. Up next, nationally known priest has contracted AIDS. And we will show you the FBI video, which led to the arrest of Washington, D.C. Mayor Marion Barry.
Blind
flying to Phoenix for business? If these 30 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines to Phoenix, maybe this one will. Fly Southwest Airlines. You'll save a lot of money.
Chevrolet introduces the bigger-than-ever four-door Chevy S10 Blazer. Now America's best-loved sport utility vehicle gives you 25% more cargo room and 100% more doors. The bigger-than-ever, better-than-ever 1991 four-door S10 Blazer. Open one up and see why nobody's winning like
Heartbeat of America. Chevrolet. Today's truck is Chevrolet.
You step to the mound. They're expecting a squeeze play, but no, because you're using Matchlight charcoal with lighter fluid already added for perfect lighting every time. Matchlight from Kingsford. What the pros use.
Across the country, news about a new brew is making the rounds. Miller Sharps, the breakthrough non-alcoholic brew with real beer taste. New Miller Sharps lets you keep your edge.
Introducing Viper. Pound for pound, the most frightening roller coaster on Earth.
A nationally known Los Angeles Catholic priest is in the hospital tonight, and the doctors say that Father Luis Olivares has become infected with the AIDS virus. Father Olivares, the pastor of La Placita Church in downtown L.A., has battled for years to help undocumented aliens from Mexico and Central America. L.A. Archdiocese says he apparently contracted the AIDS virus from contaminated needles used in treating other ailments on his frequent trips to Central America. Paul.
And dramatic videotape has now been released from that drug sting operation against the D.C. Mayor, Marion Barry. Here is part of what the jury saw today. The mayor, former lover Rashida Moore, are in a hotel room. The mayor, at first, reluctant to accept an offer to smoke crack cocaine. Then he accepts in full view of the camera. And then... Agents read the mayor his rights. The mayor, swearing, calls it a setup.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions. To have a lawyer with you during a question.
Damn, got it set up.
Was the mayor entrapped, or is he guilty? More on that tonight on Nightline. Nelson Mandela arrived in Detroit tonight looking tired but happy. The warm official welcome here was a sharp contrast to the icy snub Mandela received in Florida. The Cuban Americans protested his support of Fidel Castro. In Detroit, he thanked American labor for its longtime opposition to apartheid. The United Auto Workers gave Mandela a jacket and a lifetime membership in their union. Tomorrow, Mandela comes to Los Angeles for a full day of city-planned events. And, of course, we'll have complete coverage on all our newscasts right here tomorrow. Pam?
A lot of people looking forward to that visit. Well, the future King of England is on the disabled list tonight. Prince Charles has broken his arm. The Prince of Wales, seen here in other polo mishaps, fell from his horse today during a polo match. Charles, 41 years old, fractured his arm just above the elbow, but tonight the prince is said to be on the mend and in good spirits. Up next, it is still hot, but it's not nearly as hot as it was earlier this week. We are all so grateful. Johnny Mountain has a forecast next.
We bought it. We shelled out the bucks for this system. $800 here, $1,500 there.
It's very expensive to add on.
Buying your own system, it's a crapshoot.
The system itself was down at least once every 2 weeks, every other day.
For an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours of downtime.
We call it the system from hell. That's the nicest thing we can say about it.
We don't want the system. Even if you gave the system to me, it's just not going to meet my needs.
We've only had the system 5 months and we're already maxed out on it.
So then I have to run down the hall to all the offices going, get off the phone, get off the phone, get off the phone, to free a phone for the boss.
It reflects on me. My whole company thinks it's my fault.
Why do I want to own my own equipment? I'm not in the phone business.
Well, the Syntrex system, it's a totally different story.
The reason we're with Syntrex is because it's reliable and it's flexible.
Every upgrade we've done so far has been taken care of at their office.
Pac-Bell maintains all of that for us.
We're probably not going to outgrow the phone company.
You don't have to worry about it. This thing works.
Exactly. Plug it in and it works.
Pick up the phone, call Pac-Bell.
Simple.
And fun, actually.
When you found out Toyota offers more models than any other import, you were happy. When you saw that Toyota introduced 5 new models in 1990, you were delighted. When you read that the new Previa has been called the perfect minivan, you loved it. But when you find out that right now you can save up to $900 with factory-to-dealer incentives, you'll be thrilled. So get a jump on a great deal. See your Toyota dealer now.
I didn't invent the old saying, a labor of love, but it sure does describe the way a lot of us feel about barbecuing. Now, if you feel that way, you know why I created my homemade KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. It's got one-of-a-kind flavor that brings out the best in barbecue. It's got real molasses in it, my own hand-picked spices, no cutting corners with my sauce. Talking about that homemade taste. Masterpiece says it mighty well. KC Masterpiece, one sauce that lives up to its name.
Free padding is coming! Free padding is coming! Through July 4th, you'll get low prices, free padding, and no payments till next year, only at Carpeteria.
This week of record-breaking heat has resulted in at least 4 heat-related deaths. 2 middle-aged men died yesterday of heat stroke. Earlier in the week, a 36-year-old man and a young child died the result of the heat. The most susceptible people, of course, are the elderly, but it could happen to anybody. Symptoms of heat stroke include feeling lightheaded, disoriented, weak, and a sudden headache. Doctors say anybody that has those symptoms should immediately drink fluids, preferably good old water. Good idea.
Well, we should all be doing more of that anyway. If you listen to your doctors and your health experts, just throw down about 8 glasses a day. And you
hard to do, though, isn't it?
Can't go. It is hard to do.
Yes, it really is, and to count.
Yeah.
You know, but we almost have to do something like that.
Count.
Yeah, like, to keep an idea, of how many glasses of water that you've had. And as we were talking earlier, one of our main thoroughfares is we drive on the way to work each and every day. Yesterday afternoon, I was telling Paul, and I'm telling you now, a gentleman had collapsed and was waiting. There was a police officer there assisting him, and they were waiting for an ambulance to come and to help him. So, this is serious business. But today, we were all running around going, isn't this great? It's only 90.
No, right. Isn't that funny?
Never thought we'd say something like that.
Mm-mm.
We had some other warm temperatures out there. We're going to share them with everybody right now. Death Valley. Well, it comes by that name, honestly. We're going to share some the temps around the area. Death Valley, 117 at Needles, also very warm, 114. Palm Springs, 114. San Gabriel, 108. Pasadena, 107. Ontario, 104. Woodland Hills, 103. And Monrovia, 101. And we're trying to have joyous feelings about that because it was a lot hotter than that yesterday. Right now, this is a great departure. Right now, clear skies, the temperature at 75, 45 is the humidity. We're getting some marine air back. That's helping us because we're not getting all of that dry air and warm air from the desert. The wind from the southwest at 6, the pressure is at 29.75. And we can show you the high today was only 94. Record was back in 1980, and that was 98. The overnight low, 69, and that really did help cool things down a little bit. So the warm-up today was not that much for us. And sunrise at 5:44, sunset at 8:09. This is the big picture, the latest 3D satellite imagery. And as you can see, the effects of still the offshore that we had today. But look over Mexico, what is happening. Some severe thunderstorms popping up there. And also there's a major storm to the south down around Baja that'll bring us some swells, we think. The surf should be pretty good this weekend, anywhere between 4 and 6. So you surfers start planning right now. Jet stream riding much to the north. That's doing a couple of things for us. First of all, it's breaking out some storms, thunderstorms through Iowa tonight, severe weather through Wisconsin into Iowa, down to Illinois, Indiana, through Chicago, the northern section of Dakota, North Dakota, moving into South Dakota. And for some of our temperatures for tomorrow, the projected temperatures for tomorrow, no 120s, but some 110s throughout the desert southwest to include Arizona. A band of 100s will pop all the way to Nebraska, all the way down to Texas, and then look for the 90s from almost Oregon border all the way to Canada, and from there sliding through just about Chicago and on into the Virginias and down into both of the Carolinas and down into Florida tomorrow, up into the Northeast. We're looking at 60s and 70s, and again with the jet stream moving to the north and most of the warm air up there, that along that line, the cold front and a couple of lows that we see from Minnesota all the way up into the western end of the state of New York, that's where the thunderstorms will occur for tomorrow. The big high will stay here, and it's weakening, though, so the forecast looks a little bit better. Cooler along the coastal section. The overnight low should be about 65, and that is good. 65.
Yes.
So there's an echo in here. It's coming back like Paul. Right now, we'll show you the high tomorrow on 88. Not as hot.
Yes.
Still warm, but not as hot as it's been. The valley should be anywhere between 90 and 101, just like the highway. Checking off some of the other low temperatures we have along the coast there, Paul. Can you follow those?
I think so, John.
Perhaps I've asked for too much. Let's take a look at some of those valley temperatures moving up into the low 90s tomorrow. And again, down around Palm Springs, it was, I think, 116 there today. Should be about 170 tomorrow. And we're expecting a little bit of thunderstorm activity out into the desert. But this is much better than we've had the last couple of days.
More like it.
Perky now because everybody likes
Oh, he is. You know, can you follow this poll? Can you read the numbers?
Well, I'm trying to help.
We're all feeling kind
much
of
as I
perky
can.
anyway.
Yes, we are.
A lot perkier, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
than yesterday. Thank you, John.
Okay.
Jim Hill is up next with sports, the wild, wacky, wonderful plays from baseball today, and a rousing reaction when a new NBA player heard he had been picked in the draft. You'll love this.
Which minivan was named best in its class? Ask your Mazda dealer about MPV now. Which is the only import minivan available with V6 power? Ask your Mazda dealer about MPV. Which minivan's an exceptional value now?
Ask me, now during the Mazda Summer Sales event.
At your Southern California Mazda dealer now.
If you love barbecuing better than anything, you're the person I created my KC Masterpiece for. And talking about that one-of-a-kind flavor, I think Masterpiece says it mighty well. KC Masterpiece, one sauce that lives up to its name.
Traveling is great for people, but not for eggs. Protect your family from 2,000-mile-old eggs.
Look for the California Fresh Egg symbol on the carton. It's your guarantee your eggs are fresh.
California Fresh Eggs come from local California farms, and Marina Markets are proud to carry California Fresh Eggs exclusively.
Now at Electric Avenue, the brands are hot, the savings even hotter at our Summer Appliance Spectacular. All GE is on sale. Save on all GE dishwashers and ranges, all GE washers and dryers, and all GE refrigerators, like this 18 cubic foot model with glass shelves. All GE on sale now. And we guarantee we'll match any store's advertised sale price. Don't miss the hottest brands for less at our Summer Appliance Spectacular. Now in Electric Avenue at Montgomery Ward.
Fact, Ralph's has the biggest variety and selection. 51 more varieties of fresh produce than Vons. 96 more varieties of meat than Lucky. Over 200 more varieties of deli items than Vons and Lucky. Ralph's, everything you need every time you shop.
You know something? We could use a few wild and wacky baseball plays right about now.
Yeah.
Really could.
He's been reading my script.
No, I haven't.
Really
I just,
has.
you know, I've got a feeling you got that in there.
You better believe that's exactly what I'm going to show you, because both the Dodgers and the California Angels had the day off, but there were some wild and great plays elsewhere in the major leagues. Let me show them to you. In Houston, Eric Anthony and the Astros got some big help from the wall in right field. Anthony's single gets stuck under the wall. That allows Craig Biggio to score the winning run for Houston over the Padres. Bad luck for Hector Villanueva of the Cubs. His grounder hits the bag, pops right up to Spike Owen, and he guns him down at first base, that's for sure. Then later, this line shot goes off Zane Smith's leg right to the Expos' third baseman, who throws the runner out at first base. Best catch of the day was turned in by Cecil Espy of the Texas Rangers. He goes all the way to the wall in center field and makes a great catch to rob Kirby Puckett of a home run. And finally, best play by an infielder, Felix Vermeer of the Cleveland Indians, goes deep in the hole at shortstop, and he gets a run at first base. Also a very, very fine play on his part. Let's check the scores in the National League. St. Louis over Pittsburgh. New York edges Cincinnati 5-4. Houston gets by San Diego in 10 innings. Chicago over Montreal 3-2. In the American League, it's Boston over Toronto. Seattle defeats Kansas City. Cleveland takes care of Baltimore. Texas over Minnesota 8-6. And New York edges Milwaukee by a score of 3-2. Today at Wimbledon, Michael Chang of Placentia advanced to the third round with a straight sets victory over Jim Pugh. Chang makes a nice backhand shot here for a winner. Top seeds Yvonne Lendl and Martina Navratilova also won today. And finally tonight, I just have to show you the happiest player taken in yesterday's NBA college draft of players. This is the reaction by Lance Blanks of the University of Texas after he was selected by the Detroit Pistons.
The Detroit Pistons select Lance.
Oh my God!
No one in the NBA has to worry about his vertical leap. He can get up there. There's a great
about
example.
3 times
you
right there.
better believe it.
There's a kid who really wants to play.
And he's
really
going to. The last time I saw someone with that kind of exuberance come out of college, Irvin Magic Johnson, about 12 years ago.
What's his name, this new kid?
This new kid's name is Lance Blanks from the University of Texas.
Lance Blay. Well, let's keep an eye out for
Magic
him.
Lance.
Bet he'll be
You better
fun.
believe it. That's what he's going to do. Yeah.
Thank you, Jim. Well, a quick recap right now on the major brush fires that have been burning in our area the last 2 days. Carbon Canyon and Corona fires both under control tonight. 12 homes destroyed in each of those blazes. Santa Barbara fire still out of control, but stabilized tonight because the heat is down and the winds have calmed. 560 homes and businesses destroyed last night in Santa Barbara. Total damage estimated $500 million. Claremont now 70% contained. This one burned about 400 acres in Webb Canyon. It threatened a dozen homes but didn't burn any. In eastern San Diego County, a 1,000-acre brush fire out of control tonight near Lake Henshaw. No structures threatened there. 400 people evacuated from a Boy Scout camp. And as you know, in Glendale, the new figures are 46 homes destroyed, 20 damaged. So the majority of them are under control, but there are still a couple that are burning.
We were talking about Baldwin Hills last night. Was 48. Glendale's real close to that now.
It was almost identical, yeah.
Better news tomorrow, we hope, especially
Yes.
from Santa Barbara. Till then, that wraps it up for us. Thanks for watching tonight. Good night, everybody.
Good night.